Hello, welcome in. So today I'm trying what is probably the oldest beer I've ever aged or held on to. This beer is from Stone. It's their 11 11 11. For whatever reason, I bought this beer back in 2011 and have held on to it. So I figured no better time to drink it than 11/11/2022, meaning the beer is exactly 10 years old. If you're unfamiliar with the Vertical Epic series, Stone started this back in 2002, and they brewed a beer every year, starting with 222, 333, all the way up to 12 12 12, and made a different beer, and they were all kind of tweaks off each other. Now, I personally really like the 10 10 10 when it came out, and I've since brewed a homebrewed version of that beer, which is a full video, and I brewed it and all that stuff. And I'll link that video down below if you want to check it out and how I made it. So that was that beer, and I really like that beer. I originally bought one bottle of that, drank it fresh, really enjoyed it, and so I aged another bottle for 5 years, and that was one of the best beers I remember having, or at least one of the best experiences I remember having for an aged beer. This one, for whatever reason, I probably bought one or two of them, drank one fresh, and this one's just been sitting around in my box of beers for 10 years now. So just to kind of go over what this beer was or is, it was an ale brewed with Anaheim chilies and cinnamon. It's 9.4%. It says this year's Stone's Vertical Epic Ale may be justifiably be considered to the this year's Stone's Vertical Epic might justifiably be considered this non sequitur edition. We somehow came to the conclusion that adding Anaheim chilies from New Mexico's Hatch Valley plus whole cinnamon sticks to an amber hued brewed with Belgian Flanders Golden Ale yeast, which provide a fairly intense character with lots of clove and banana overtones, would create a very tasty result. And we believe it does. The Anaheim chilies is known for its rich flavor more than endorphin inducing heat, and the cinnamon adds a nice twist. Part of the promise behind the Vertical Epic series itself. As with any epic, remember, it's not just the destination, but the journey. So at this point, there's nothing left to do to see how it's aged and if it was worth the wait. So let's pop it open. All right, so here it is. The color, still kind of, I guess, hazy-ish. It's got a nice, like, amber color, a little bit darker side than amber. Let's go in for the aroma. I mean, I don't know what would be good or bad because I don't remember how the original beer is, but we'll see. Get a little bit of, like, sweet sourness, almost like a aged, like, sour beer, but not as intense. No, like, cinnamon or like chilies on the aroma. It had a little bit of good. It had pretty good head for being 10 years old, as you can see when you shake it with the bubbles. It's going for the taste. Ooh. There's nothing flawed with that beer. It's got a nice kind of like lingering sweetness on the back end. There's no heat or cinnamon or spice, anything left. I mean, that's probably aged out. It's like pretty complex, but it's clean still. There's still like almost like a, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like this sweetness, but not syrupy kind of flavor. And it's not malty either. I mean, overall, I'll just say this beer aged perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I have no idea how you could even get a hold of this if you're looking for this. You can brew it yourself, and I'll leave a link down to Stone's website to how to homebrew this one. But I think just the luck of it, just aging it out, was completely fine. And so it's a nice surprise to have a beer that kind of traveled around a whole bunch. I bought it in California. I moved it in multiple places, multiple times. Didn't really sell or condition it correctly. And overall, the quality that went into brewing this beer that was meant to be aged kept up after 10 years. So that's pretty awesome, I think. So yeah, overall, thanks for watching. And if you're new to the channel and like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe. This is Recipe with Ben. Cheers.